Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Tonight, we wrap up an intriguing Week 2 with a good Monday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Get it!
They'll start on the ground here on first down. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A huge play there right off the bat, and even 70 yards. Well, we have seen some rookie running backs come in and have a big impact year one, and this guy would certainly fit that bill, as that was one heck of a run there.
And what I really enjoyed about that run and what made it so impressive to me was how he improvised along the way. Sometimes on a big play, you just get the football and you take off in a straight line and go. But this time, how about the artistry of that play? That looked a little bit like a Picasso to me.
Second and goal from the 1. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, the risk-reward and him taking hits.
He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Our game here, the Vikings and Eagles, the second of 2 on this Monday night. The Titans and Bills kicked off a little over an hour ago up in Buffalo. And this, our only Monday night doubleheader of the season, but rumor is might have a few more for 2023. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
first down. Here's the run with Cook. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On second down, it's Cook again. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
He'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching them try to take away that area of the field.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs.
On the jump.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on fourth down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick-6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
Well, he thought about coming out, but instead he does go down to a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Well, this defense for the Eagles, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
Out of the gun now on third down. And complete, right side to Cook. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, fourth down. They're going to try and throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. Play action. Here's Hurts. Steps away. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. Touchdown, Eagles. Darren Waller, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Catch the Eagles! Catch the Eagles!
Hurts will throw. Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. That is caught by Thielen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Eagles are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Go.
Hurts. And the pass complete to Waller on the out route. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense, because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead. So this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Caleb Farley. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of the... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. They'll look to throw here. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under the...
It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 39 yards there, a big one.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
18 Cardinal, 19 tight, 19 tight.
Throwing is Hurts. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and touchdown. Darren Waller with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Elliott good with a PAT, and a rout is on here in this first half. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Vikings set to receive the 2nd half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Eagles are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why. Because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So, game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
Throw left side complete. That's Watkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Darren Waller from 19 yards away. And the Eagles take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And here's Ryan Wright now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Hurts to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And this one is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Ready.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. Hurts sets up to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
It was great just to see Danielle Hunter back on the field after missing all of 2020 with a neck injury. When he's on top of his game, book him for the Pro Bowl, and he'll always be contending for All-Pro status.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Eagles are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And he will not bring it out. He'll just go down to a knee here for a touchback. And the ball will come out to the 25. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now a play fake here on first down. This one into the hands of Thielen. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on E! So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
2nd and 6. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Eagles are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 76 yards on the ground for him so far. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. And got his man complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back to throw here. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hawkinson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. A tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Drops this off with Nwangu. And some space here. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Smith. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Philadelphia, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Commanders. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.
Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Continue ahead to begin your franchise. Use the options on the left to edit league settings or change your role to a player or owner.